Dr. Maya Chen strode across the docking bay of the Galactic Concordance station, her boots clanging on the iridescent alloy deck. Holoscreens flickered overhead, blasting warnings in a dozen languages about quarantine protocols and genetic drift risks. A council drone hovered at her elbow, thrusting a tablet forward. "Sign here, human consultant," it droned. "Standard biohazard waiver for first contact xenobiologists." Maya skimmed the dense text. Phrases like irreversible hybridization and council-mandated compatibility scans jumped out, but she thumbed the scanner without a word. The drone beeped approval and zipped away. Admiral Corin Dace fell in step beside her, his uniform crisp against the station's humid air. "You didn't read the fine print." "Later," Maya said. "Crisis first, legalese second." They entered the central auditorium. Tiered seats curved around a vast chamber, filled with envoys from 100 species. Phosphorescent skin glowed under the lights. Tentacles twitched. Envoy Sereth Val waited at the podium, his elongated frame rigid in silver robes etched with status runes. His multifaceted eyes locked on Maya, unblinking. "Dr. Chen," Sereth intoned, voice like layered crystal. "Humanities Xenobiology Lead. Welcome. The Council convenes on your species integration." Maya nodded, sliding into a seat beside Corin. Sereth activated a holoprojection, a double helix twisted with human and alien strands pulsing green. "The decree," Sereth announced. His mandibles clicked precisely. "After exhaustive scans of your vessel's crew, the Council names Homo sapiens the pinnacle compatibility match for our crossbreeding imperatives. Your genetic plasticity exceeds all known baselines. Viable offspring projected at 98.7% across surveyed clades." Gasps rippled through the chamber. A feathered envoy leaned forward, crest flaring. "Impossible. Humans lack our neural lattices." Sereth's eyes swiveled to Maya. "Yet their cells adapt, divide, thrive in voids we cannot." Maya felt the weight of those eyes, hundreds dissecting her like a specimen. Sereth's gaze lingered longest, fascination etching his rigid posture. She stood. "Envoy," she said evenly. "Define imperatives." Sereth projected the decree's text. "Galactic population stagnation demands expansion. Humans pair optimally. Mandatory allocations commence post-evaluation." "Mandatory?" Corin's voice cut in, calm steel. "Humanity consents to nothing without terms." Maya stepped to the podium, ignoring the Proctor Iol Nem's glare from the auditor's dais. The Proctor's chitinous shell gleamed black, sensors whirring. "The decree binds all affiliates," Iol Nem rasped. "Humans petitioned contact. Compliance tests validate." Maya tapped the holotext, zooming on pairing protocols. "This says, designated mates. No opt-out. No consent clause." Sereth tilted his head, mandibles parting slightly. "Consent? Your biology implies acceptance. Scans show elevated pheromones in 87% of your crew near our delegates." Heat crept up Maya's neck, but she kept her voice level. "Pheromones aren't contracts. Rewrite it. Consent first framework. In writing. Voluntary pairings only. Full disclosure of risks. Revocable at any stage." Murmurs swelled. A squid-like envoy extruded ink in agitation. Sereth's eyes narrowed, fixating on her hands. Steady, ungloved amid the chamber's sterile fields. "You dismiss a galactic honor?" "I treat it like a lab protocol," Maya replied. "Flawed data leads to mutations. Fix the language, or no humans sign on." Iol Nem scuttled forward, claws clicking. "Audacity. The Council requires proof of your adaptability. I schedule a public fitness demonstration tomorrow. Validate the decree, or forfeit integration rights." Corin rose. "We negotiate, Proctor, not perform. Refusal equals non-compliance." Iol Nem's sensors locked on Maya. "Human consultant you represent." "Demonstrate," Sereth interjected, voice sharpening. "Proctor." Her vital signs remain baseline. No fear response. Anomalous. Maya met his gaze. Up close, his exoskeleton shimmered with microfractures. Status scars from diplomatic duels. Anomalous is our normal. Envoy, schedule your demo. We'll show compatibility on our terms. The chamber erupted in debate. Corin pulled her aside as envoys clustered around Sereth. "Bold move." "Iol Nem's trapping us. Demo means invasive scans. Public pairing sims." Maya adjusted her tablet, pulling up human genetic models. Traps are puzzles. We solve them. Sereth approached, robes whispering. Dr. Chen, your rejection. Intrigues. Council data predicted submission. She glanced up. His eyes reflected her face in triplicate, probing. We predict variables. You? A faint vibration hummed from his frame. Approval? Walk with me. Explain this. Consent first. They moved through the auditorium's edge, Corin trailing at a distance. The station's air hummed with recyclers, carrying Sereth's faint ozone scent. Our imperatives stem from the collapse, he said. Species dwindled. Breeding pacts rebuilt us. Humans evade the model. Because we value choice, Maya said. Forced breeding fails long-term. Look at your history. Revolts. Genetic dead ends. Sereth halted near a viewport. Stars wheeled beyond. You read our archives already? Public access. Standard prep. She leaned on the rail, casual. His posture shifted. Closer. Mandibles flexing. Impossible normalcy, he murmured. Others panic. You recalibrate. Iolnem's voice boomed over the comms. Demonstration parameters finalized. Dr. Chen versus baseline envoy. Compatibility trials. Neural sync. Gamete fusion sim. Endurance coupling. Public feed. Galaxy-wide. Maya's stomach tightened, but she straightened. Sereth's claw brushed her sleeve. Accidental? Refuse, he said softly. I argue delay. No, she turned to him. We prove it. Consent framework or bust. His eyes brightened, facets gleaming. Then I witness. Personally, Corin joined them. Maya, Sims could expose weaknesses. Biological diffs. Your frame versus theirs. She nodded. Diffs are data points. Adapt. As they parted, Sereth lingered, watching her board the lift with Corin. The doors closed on his unblinking stare. In her quarters, Maya synced her tablet to the station's mednet. Scans flooded in. Alien physiologies mapped against human norms. Sereth's species, Valari, featured rigid exosuits over fluid internals, breeding via symbiotic injection. High compatibility, per the decree. Her pulse quickened, not from fear. Corin Kamed, Council's buzzing. Iolnem wants you cornered, but Sereth's pushing back, says your normalcy defies models. Let him. Maya calibrated a countersim on her tablet. Demo's our stage. We flipped the script. Dawn cycle lit the demo arena. Tiered holoscreens encircled the sterile platform. Thousands tuned in galaxy-wide. Iolnem perched above, claws tapping. Maya entered in a standard jumpsuit, tools clipped to her belt. Sereth stood ringside, robes augmented with data vines. His eyes tracked her every step. Human exemplar versus Valari baseline, Iolnem announced. Initiate neural sync. A second Valari envoy, Junior, unscarred, mounted the platform. Probes extended, humming. Maya connected first. Consent confirmed? She asked the Junior. It clicked, assent. Neural fields engaged. Pain lanced her skull, alien frequencies clashing. The Junior stiffened, mandibles locking. Crowd gasped. Maya breathed steady, adjusted her stance, synced her theta waves human style. Visualize, anchor, flow, link, stabilized. Shared visions flickered. Valari hives pulsing with symbiotic lights. Human labs humming under fluorescent strips. Maya pushed a test query. Fractal equations, layered deep. The Junior envoy solved them in clicks, mandibles twitching. She layered more. Ethical dilemmas, cultural hypotheticals, link held firm. Iolnem's claws scraped the podium. Anomaly. Human overrides Valari cascade limits. Sereth leaned forward, data vines glowing. His gaze locked on Maya. She disengaged first. Probes retracted with a snap. The Junior slumped, then rose, clicking approval. Crowd murmurs swelled into cheers across the holoscreens. Maya stepped off the platform. Sweat beaded her brow. Corin met her at the edge, handing a water pouch. Flawless. Council's recalibrating. Sereth approached. Robes whispering. Your neural plasticity. Unprecedented. Practice. Maya capped the pouch. Humans adapt. Alarms blared. Red strobes flashed overhead. Pressure breach in Lab Module 7. Mixed atmosphere detected. Non-survivable for baselines. Evacuate. Drones inbound. Panic rippled through the arena. Delegates bolted for lifts. Iolnem's voice boomed. Containment protocols. Humans, stand down. Maya checked her tablet. Lab 7, Xenobiology Demo Annex. Her samples. Balari human hybrid cultures sat inside. Corin, that's my rig. He nodded. Drones take 10 minutes. Atmosphere's venting. Sereth's vines pulsed. Valari cannot enter. Toxins shred our internals. Maya clipped her multi-tool tighter. I can seal it manual. She sprinted for the access corridor. Jumpsuit seals hissing tight. Corin called after. Maya, get the council clear.
She punched the module door panel. Locked.
Pressure seals glowed red. Inside the viewport, gases swirled. Chlorine bleed from a cracked manifold, mixing with station oxy. Her cultures bubbled. Dying. Delegates clustered behind her. Sereth pushed through. Human, explain. Drones fix it clean. But samples fry first. Maya knelt. Popped her multi-tool. Dit's word. She yanked a panel, exposing hydraulic feeds. Iolnem arrived, flanked by proctors. Reckless. Council decree prioritizes safety. Maya ignored him. She unspooled emergency tape from her belt. Nanoadhesive, station issue. Clamps from her pouch bit into the frame. Bypassed the auto. Manual pressure lock. Sereth crouched beside her, scanning with his vine pad. Impossible. Models predict human failure at 98%. Models lie. She torqued a clamp, sealing a micro-leak. Hiss died. Atmosphere stabilized partial. She wedged her multi-tool into the door gear, ratcheting. Doors groaned. Cracked open a handspan. Foul air nipped her seals. Proctors recoiled. Iolnem's spines flared. Halt! Breach protocol. Maya slipped inside. 2 minutes. Door clanged shut behind her. Sereth stared at the closing gap. His vines flickered. Analysis. Envy. He lunged after, forcing the seal. It caught his robe. He yanked free, tumbling into the haze. Inside, chlorine stung Maya's eyes. Visibility dropped to meters. Consoles sparked. She dashed to the manifold, rerouting valves. Tape sealed a pinhole. Clamps pinched a flex tube. Footsteps gurgled behind. Sereth staggered, exosuit beeping alarms. Must. Observe. Out! Maya grabbed his arm. Gases thickened. His internals, fluid sacs, swelled against the suit, visible through translucent panels. He waved his vine pad. Replicate. Your method. Later, secondary latch tripped. His entry overloaded sensors. Bulkhead vents hissed open wider. Full breach imminent. Sereth clutched his thorax. Protocol. Engages. Vent all. Red klaxon screamed. Emergency crawlway panel lit. Narrow duct to auxiliary airlock. Maya hooked his arm over her shoulder. He outweighed her by 50 kilos. Exosuit rigid. She dragged him. Boots scraping grate. Breathe shallow. Filters hold. His mandibles chattered.
Human lungs. Process this?
Enough. She kicked the crawlway hatch. It stuck. Multi-tool pried it. They tumbled in. Duct cramped. Walls slick with condensate. Behind, module vents roared. Full depressurization. Sereth wheezed. Sacrifice. For data. Fix the problem. Maya crawled, pulling him. Sparks flew from his suit. Overloads. His vine pad sparked out. End of duct. Manual override panel. Locked behind a gearbox. She slammed her boot into it. Gears ground. Panel flew open. She yanked the vent lever. Airlock cycled. Fresh station air whooshed in. Gases sucked out. They spilled into the auxiliary bay. Sereth collapsed. Suit purging toxins. Maya sealed the crawlway, then hit the all-clear. Doors unsealed. Corin burst in with med drones. Iolnem hovered at the threshold, claws twitching. Sereth rose, shaky, his eyes fixed on Maya, unblinking, intense. You entered non-survivable. Dragged Valari through death zone. Kicked override like instinct. Maintenance 101. Maya wiped her face. Sample safe. Per tablet ping. Iolnem's spines rattled. Violation. Unsanctioned entry. Results. Corin, cut in. Module secure. No losses. Crowd pressed in. Hollow screens capturing every angle. Whispers. Human treats poison as puzzle. Sereth touched her arm. First contact. Deliberate. Your normalcy. Defies. I must study closer. Heat flushed her neck. Not just science. Decree scans flashed in her mind. High compatibility. Iol Nem snarled. Envoy. Decorum. Breeding eval pending consent protocols. Sereth withdrew, but his gaze lingered. Consent. Intrigues. Maya met his eyes. Pulse steady. Labs open. Show me your hives. Fair trade. Corin smirked sidelong. Council's hooked. Play it. Drones hummed, scanning residuals. Proctor drones logged every move. Iol Nem paced, plotting next test. Sereth's vines regrew faint glows. Agreed. But first, your biology. Direct interface. Alarms cleared. Arena feeds exploded. Human saves alien and toxic hell. Is this the bond? Maya clipped her multi-tool. Everyday fix. Galactic spectacle. Later in decon showers, steam cleared her lungs. Tablet buzzed. Sereth's private channel. Valari do not forget debts. Meet post-audit, she typed. Data swap. Nothing more. His reply. Everything more. Council chamber loomed next. Iol Nem's trap closing, but Maya's seals held. Neuralink echoes tingled. Shared visions deepening. Ives called. Her lab waited. Pressure equalized. Test passed. Attraction breached. Sereth's stare burned in memory. Biology bridged. Politics next. She toweled dry. Jumpsuit on. Ready. ILNM Chemid station-wide. Phase 2. Compatibility trials. Human exemplar prepare. Game on. Maya slammed her tablet onto the council chamber's holotable. Compatibility checklist uploaded. Phase 2 starts now. Proctor Iol Nem's tendrils bristled. Drones whirred overhead, logging every pixel. Envoy Sereth leaned forward, his vine-like fronds pulsing faint by a loom. Admiral Corin stood at her flank, arms crossed. She swiped the interface. The Galactic Decree's stark breeding imperative dissolved into her rewrite, mutual reproductive planning. Bullet points cascaded, consent tiers, biological baselines, exit clauses. No mandates. Just frameworks. Breeding? Iolen's voice crackled through translators. You redefine council law? Planning, Maya countered. Council decree specifies evaluation. This is the tool. Cross-species. Adaptable. Sereth's eyes. Compound. Iridescent. Locked on her. Human precision. Valari hives approve such. Nests. Cora nodded once. Dr. Chen's protocol protects all parties. Run it. Iol Nem's claws tapped the table. Auditor notes objection. Terms bind legally. Maya tapped simulate. Hollow models spun. Human baseline fused with Valari hive markers. Compatibility spiked 87%. Her pulse stayed even. Routine xenobio drill. Approved for trial, Sereth declared. His fronds extended, brushing the air near her sleeve to celebrate cultural exchange. My banquet, tonight. Banquet chamber glowed under hive lanterns. Valari delegates clustered in pheromone clouds, vines intertwining in ritual welcomes. Maya stepped in, jumpsuit crisp amid silken spore veils. Corin trailed, scanning exits. Sereth guided her to the head nexus, his touch lingering on her elbow. Deliberate, warm, human exemplar, he murmured. Translators hummed. Share your fire rites. Servers glided, trays heavy with nectar orbs and crystal shards. Maya accepted a fizzing vial. Toast first, Earth custom. She raised it. To fair exchange. Sereth mirrored, fronds flaring. Valari pledge, nectar binds. Union, affirmed. The room stilled. Delegates' pheromones thickened. Approval?
Alarm? Iol Nem, at the fringe, activated a log drone.
Maya froze mid-sip. Wait. By nectar oath, Sereth intoned, voice booming through amplifiers. I, Envoy Sereth Val, claim crossbond with Maya Chen, Ives witness. Gasps rippled, a delegate's vines nodded in shock. Corin's hand tensed on his sidearm. Not yet. Maya set her vial down hard. Glass clinked. All eyes snapped to her. That's not a pledge. Human toast means goodwill, not contract. Sereth blinked. Compounds shifting. Translators confirmed binding lexicon. Nectar seals.
Check the clause. She pulled her tablet, projecting the decree's fine print.
Consent protocols glowed huge. Repeat it, verbatim. He hesitated. Franz dimmed. Envoy, her voice cut clean. For the record, Seraph straightened. All unions require explicit, repeated affirmation from both parties. No cultural proxy binds without dual recitation. Room exhaled. Paramonies cleared. Delegates murmured. Human audacity. Valari flexibility. Iolnem surged forward. Sabotage. Human redefines terms. Undermines authority. Maya faced him, I clarified. Consent first. Always. Sereth's gaze burned into her. Your normalcy halts hives. Intriguing. Trial proceeds. No challenges mid-exchange. Banquet dissolved into data swaps. Maya fielded queries. Human adaptability. Hive symbiosis. Sereth stayed close. Franz reglowing near her. Post-banquet, in the corridor, Iolnem cornered her. Drones trailed. Proctor files formal challenge. Your planning mocks decree. Humans evade breeding imperative. Challenge accepted, she said. Data supports it. He snarled, tendrils lashing. Trap snaps tomorrow. Council votes. She nodded, lab prepped. Corin joined as Iolnem stalked off. Nice save. Toast nearly locked you in. Everyday fix. Maya clipped her multi-tool. Sereth's hooked, though. Admiral smirked. Council feeds exploding. Human rejects alien betrothal. Strength or insult. Play steady. Her tablet pinged. Sereth's channel. Oath paused. Deeper study? Private Hive interface. She typed, planning only. Consent clause first. Reply. Recited. Your terms. Neural echoes tingled. Shared toxin visions from the arena. Biology bridged further. Politics heated. Chamber doors hissed next dawn. Iolnem's challenge hollow-loomed. Human sabotage proven. Autonomy forfeit. Maya entered. Checklist ready. Sereth waited. Franz, alert. Game escalated. She swiped the table. Counter data loading. Projections flared. Valari human sims. Viability curves peaking under her protocols. No coercion. Pure compatibility. Iolnem's claws scraped. Redefinition invalidates. Enhances, Sereth countered. His voice carried weight. Diplomatic lead. Human nests. Superior. Hives integrate. Delegates leaned in. Pheromones shifted. Curiosity over suspicion. Maya pointed. Tested. Live scan. Drones hummed. She extended her arm. Sereth touched. Franz to skin. Bio readouts spiked. Sync 92%. His compounds widened. Impossible. Human baseline. Amplifies. Iolnem recoiled. Anomaly. Routine, she said. Our everyday. Corin sealed it. Council. Vote protocols. Eyes rippled. Challenge crumbled. But Iolem's drone lingered. Logging. Audit escalates. Phase 3. Direct interface. Sereth pulled her aside post-vote. Corridor dimmed. Your halt. Honors. Valari O. Heat flushed her skin. His fronds grazed. Pheromone trace. Subtle. Debt paid in data. More. He leaned close. Breath synced to hers. Consent. Affirmed. Pulse jumped. Science blurred. Repeat clause. He did. Verbatim. Low rumble. She nodded. Trial run. Hives beckoned. Politics bent. Love's biology tested next. Alarms blared station-wide. Interface breach detected. Iolnem's voice. Human trap sprung. Alarms shrieked through the corridor. Red strobes flashed across Maya's face. Sereth's fronds snapped rigid beside her. Human trap sprung. Iolnem's voice boomed from every speaker. Phase 3. Direct interface. Report to containment arena. Non-compliance forfeits autonomy. Drones whirred overhead. Grapples extended. Maya dodged left. Sereth blocked one with his elongated arm. They overreach. Go, she said. I'll handle it. She sprinted toward the arena lifts. No time for debate. Corin would cover the politics. This was her lab now. Lifts slammed open at the arena deck. Proctor Iolnem waited, claws clicking on the deck plate. His multifaceted eyes gleamed under the harsh lights. Council delegates hovered in hollow projections around the chamber entrance. Dozens of species, frills quivering, antennae twitching. Dr. Chen. Iolnem's mandibles parted in a false smile. Your routine amplifies anomalies. Prove human stability. Enter the strength trial. Crush the reinforced pylon to baseline specs. Exceed parameters and volatility logs eternally. The chamber doors hissed wide. Inside, a massive alloy pylon loomed, etched with stress markers. Holotimers ticked down from 5 minutes. Drones circled, scanners primed, pheromones thickened the air. Suspicion from the Valari delegates, sharp and acrid. Maya scanned the setup, cameras everywhere, yield curves projected on walls, human strength modeled as exponential spikes, labeled berserker risk, trap bait. One overzealous punch, and they'd spin it as proof of monsters. No. She crossed her arms. That format biases violence, redesigned for utility. Iolnem's claws scraped. Refusal. Substitute protocol. Maya pointed to the side alcove. Restraints held a tester drone. Valari-sized, padded for sims. Deploy it as injured. I carry, stabilize, extract under your timer. Scans the same metrics. Strength, control, cognition under stress. Civic value over destruction. Delegates murmured. Sereth's hollow flickered in. Franz flared. Logical pivot. Proctor, log the amendment. Iolnem hesitated. Drones hovered expectant. Accepted. Timer starts now. Restraints released. The tester drone crumpled. Servos whining in programmed agony. Leg mangled. Chest panel cracked. Gas vents hissed active in the chamber. Mild irritant. Pressure building. Real hazards masked as sim. Maya lunged. She scooped the drone's torso, draping its limp weight across her shoulders. 80 kilos. Awkward leverage. Franz equivalent dragged. She fireman's carried it, feet pounding the grated floor. Timer. 4:12. Irritant mist burned her eyes. She blinked hard. Pressure seals groaned, squeezing the chamber narrower. Drones beeped, vitals nominal on tester, but sparks flew from its leg joint. Not fully sim. Real damage? Stabilize, she muttered. Dropped to one knee behind a bulkhead. Ripped her utility belt webbing for splints. Lashed the leg firm, twisted alloy aligned. No medkit? Improvise. She yanked her sleeve hem, wadded it into a compress, pressed it to the sparking chest panel, staunching fluid leak, hydraulic sim blood. Her hands moved precise. Tourniquet twist, pressure hold. Everyday drill. Backyard first aid scaled up. Timer. 2:47. Mist clawed her throat. She hefted the drone again, carried it low, distributing mass. Ducked a swinging pressure arm, chamber contracting. Drones trailed, logging every flex, every controlled breath. Sereth's voice cut through comms, strength contained, no spikes. Proctor, rubric flaw, quiet. Iolnem loomed at the control dais. Human exceeds carry mass by 20%. Volatility. Maya burst through the extraction hatch at 009. Dropped the tester on the med platform. Drones swarmed it. Scans flared green. Damage contained. Servo stabilizing. She straightened, wiping mist from her face. Chest heaved but steady. Protocol complete. Log it. Delegates leaned forward in hollows. A tentacled auditor pulsed biolume. Approval glow. Iolnem's claws drummed. Marginal. Human improvisation risks cascade. Utility. Sereth strode in from the side access. Real form now. Pheromones blooming calm over the irritant haze. His Franz brushed Maya's arm. Deliberate, sinking pulses. She bridged breach without escalation. Carry protocol integrates Valari mass perfectly. Civic asset. Demand council log. Human baseline enhances stability. Maya felt the graze linger. Heat prickled her skin. His compounds. Subtle now, inviting. Science noted it. Pulse noted more. Iolnem recoiled. Rubric scores destruction potential. Obsolete. Sereth activated his envoy override. Hollows shifted. New projections loaded. Her carry data overlaid on Valerie rescue norms. Peaks matched, no overshoot. Vote. Reclassify performance. Eyes cascaded. Corin's voice joined from liaison feed. Human autonomy affirmed. Proctor, stand down. Iolnem's eyes whirled fury. Audit incomplete. Biological interface pending. Drones retreated. Chamber vents cleared. Maya caught Sereth's gaze. His Franz curled toward her. Subtle query, consent echo from the corridor. She nodded once. Small. Earned. He stepped closer. Voice low. For her. Your pivot. Nest stronger with this. Politics bent further, but alarms flickered again. Subtle for my Allnum's dais. A hidden panel blinked. Breeder sync trial cued. Maya tensed. Sereth's hand, three-fingered, warm, touched her wrist. The scans would spike. Trust tested raw. The proctor's claws extended toward a override key. Direct interface. Now. Sereth's fronds snapped rigid. He shoved his override seal into Iolnem's path. Clinic, redirect. Envoy, priority. The proctor's claws froze mid-air. Breeder sync. Deferred. Sereth gripped Maya's wrist tighter. His three-fingered hand pulled her through the chamber's side hatch. Drones whirred in pursuit. Alarms pulsed once, then silenced under his code. Maya matched his stride down the dim corridor. Her pulse hammered. Scans would log the contact. Trust her baseline, she thought. Act first. He sealed the hatch behind them. Scent clinic. Level 3. Your signals demand decode. She nodded. No time for questions. Elevators hummed open. They plunged downward. The clinic doors parted with a sterile hiss. Valari tech scattered. Fronds curling in deference. Sereth waved them off. Private bay. Human consultant leads. Maya scanned the room. Scent analyzers hummed on walls. Probes dangling like silver vines. The sample pods lined the center, each a translucent sphere with air recyclers. Ventilation grids glowed blue. Goal clear. Decode fixation. Her sweat. Their obsession. She claimed the main console. Sampling starts now. Controlled variables. Fingers flew over hollow keys. Pods activated. One for baseline air, one for her skin swabs, one for Sereth's frond emissions. They stepped into his pod without protest. Fronds parted, exposing scent glands. Calibrate to Valerie norms. Mykin fixate. Council risks cascade if unchecked. Maya swabbed her arm. Stress lingered from the chamber. Adrenaline sharp. She fed the sample in. Analyzers whirred. Graphs spiked. Conflict hit first read. Valerie receptors lit red. Her cortisol mapped as mating urgency. Adrenaline, pair bond imperative. She blinked. Impossible. Human stress reads as proposal pheromones. Sereth's pod chimed. His output bloomed green. Calm invitation layered over her. Signal, affirm. Valeri parsed threat response as fertility peak. Your pivot in corridor, nesting call. Maya cross-checked species data. Valari evolved under hive predators. Stress sense triggered mass breeding rallies. Humans, everyday crises mimicked it perfectly. Tex hovered at the door. One frond twitched toward her. Fixation confirmed. Out. Sereth dismissed them. Pods hissed open. Maya plotted regimen. Blockers first. Topical neutralizers on my skin. Ventilation ramps to strip volatiles. Verbal check-ins. Every contact. Consent explicit. No scent ambiguity. She synthesized blockers from console stocks. Human-safe suppressants tuned to Valerie bands. Applied first coat to her neck. Wrists. Air recyclers kicked to max. Grids sucked irritants. Sereth tested. Fronds extended. Sampled air. Neutral. Effective. She nodded. Regimen locks in. No accidents. His gaze held. Fronds curled subtle. Query pattern. One variable untested. Human courtship. Step by step. Private follow-up. My quarters. Tonight. Maya paused. Blockers hummed on her skin. Ventilation cleared the air. Verbal check-in now. Define parameters. She kept voice level. Pragmatic. Clinic data integrates. Council audits biology. Demonstrate baseline. Controlled. His hand brushed the pod edge. Near hers. Not touching. Your autonomy. My request. Admiral Corin's feed pinged her wristcom. Liaison clear. Play competence. Stall proctor. Trust layered. She nodded. Parameters. Verbal consent at each step. Stop word. Pivot. Ventilation active. Accepted. Sereth led to the exit. Clinic doors sealed behind. His quarters occupied the envoy spire. High orbit view of council rings. Drones deactivated on entry. Ventilation synced to clinic spec. Air crisp. Blockers auto-dispensed from wall units. Maya entered first, scanned layout. Low couch nest, scent diffusers dormant. Holotable active with her carry protocol sims. Sarith dimmed lights. Franz relaxed. Begin. Human norms. She stood center. Step 1, proximity, closed half the distance. Watched as Franz, no bloom. Clear, he mirrored. 3 steps, gap halved. Step 2, eye contact. Locked gazes, his pupils dilated slow. Valari tell for interest, not fixation. Proceeding. Voice low. Step 3, touch initiation. Extended hand, palm up. Consent query. His fingers laced in. Warm, steady pulse sync. No spike, human variant, verbal anchor. She squeezed once. This means interest. Check in. Continue. Affirm. Franz brushed her forearm, deliberate, light. Heat built under blockers. Purduing, not chemtrick. Science noted. Pulse noted more. Step 4, proximity escalation. She stepped in. Chests near. Breathed deliberate. Slow. His free hand rose to her shoulder. Valari equate to nest merge. Your scent, muted. Intent pure. Step 5, intent signal. Leaned fraction closer. Lips parted. Kiss equivalent. Consent, Franz curled tight. Demonstrate. She rose on toes. Brushed lips to his mouth ridge. Soft, scaled. Pulled back. Human bond marker, non-binding. He stilled. Then reciprocated. Ridge pressing firm. Franz draping her back. Pheromones ghosted. Invitation not flood. Ventilation word harder. Check in. She stepped back. Skin tingled. Blockers held. Continue. His voice roughened. Hand lingered at her waist. Step 6. Vulnerability share. Sat on nest edge. Pulled him down. Humans talk. Crisis. Pivots. Builds trust. Sarith settled beside. Franz synced pulses to hers. Your chamber pivot. Nest stronger. Share origin. Lab rat turned consultant. She traced his wrist scales. Earth crises daily. Adapt or break. You. Valari envoys select for precision. Status binds. His fingers explored her collarbone. Testing texture. God. Humans. Chaos bridges. Laughter escaped her. Space Orcs, they call us. Franz perked. Demonstrate orc chaos. Step 7. Play. She tugged him flat to the nest. Rolled atop, light wrestle hold. Pinned wrists. He yielded. Pupils wide. Chaos. Nests. Kiss deepened. Hands roamed. Her blockers failing edge. His compound seeping welcome. Door chime shattered it. Proctor ILM seal flashed hollow. Interface audit. Breeder sync. Enforced. Override key glowed in IOLNEM's claw. Remote hack live. Maya's wristcom buzzed. Corin, trap, sprung. Your play. Franz locked around her. Sarith's voice growled. Consent violation. Pivot. But drones breached the seal. Scans locked on their tangle. Signals spiked wild. Her stress. His defense. ILNEM's whir echoed feed. Compatibility test. Positive. Human danger confirmed. Maya shoved up. Blockers maxed. 1 shot. Hack the ventilation grid to flood Proctor's dais. Sarith's hand clamped hers. Together. Trust raw. Chaos called. Hollow screens across the Galactic Council chamber ignited with damning footage. Maya Chen lunged forward in the grainy clip, pinning Sarith to the nest. Her hands clamped his wrists. His Franz thrashed in feigned panic. Human predator confirmed. Proctor ILNEM's voice overlaid. Council Decree 47X. Enforced interspecies breeding protocols activated. Human autonomy suspended. Maya's fingers flew over her wristcom. The chamber's delegate pods hushed. All eyes locked on her human liaison Dace. Admiral Corin Dace leaned in, his calm gaze steady. Your move, Doctor. She jacked her device into the public feed port. Raw logs streamed from the incident chamber's drones. Unfiltered, time-stamped. Audit active, she announced. Her screen split. Edited scandal on left, originals on right. Watch the cuts. The clip looped. Maya rolled atop Sarith. playful wrestle. Cut. Inserted overlay. His pupils dilating in terror. Maya traced his scales tenderly. Cut. Fabricated audio. Her whisper twisted to submit. Timestamp 14 hours 27 minutes and 43 seconds, Maya said. Lines trace the edit seams. Metadata glowing red. Proctor ILNEM's override key inserted here. Raw feed shows consent pulses syncing. Graph spiked. Sereth's fronds pulsing green approval. Her blockers optional at 20% strength. No coercion. Fabricated threat. Gasps rippled through the pods. Valari Delegate's fronds stiffened. ILNEM's dais whirred forward, claws clicking. Irrelevant. Biological mismatch demands control. Human chaos overrides ethics. Maya zoomed the reconstruction. Timeline rebuilt in real time. Door chime. Their tangle voluntary. Drones breaching post-hack. Your remote override logged at 14 hours 28 minutes and 12 seconds. Consent violation by Proctor. Frame job flagged for tribunal. Sereth's envoy pod. Activated. He rose, scales shimmering under chamber lights, his fronds locked toward Maya. Protective curl. Sworn testimony, he declared. Voice steady, precise. Interface initiated by mutual pivot. Human adaptability bridged our nests. Council murmurs swelled. ILNEM's optics narrowed. Valari status blinded you. Submit medicals. Sereth complied. His wrist seal beamed data, hormone logs, sync compounds voluntary. Intent clear. My release triggered her blockers fade. No duress. Graphs matched hers, pulses entwined, peaks consensual. Proctor's edits slandered cross-species trust. Delegates leaned forward. A squid-like auditor from the outer rims pulsed query lights. Human proves metadata mastery. Proctor's breach. ILNEM rattled. Necessary safeguard. Humans are Space Orcs. Unpredictable breeders. Maya stood. Corin nodded once. Her goal locked. Flip the decree. Council, your mandate exploits first contact bonds. I propose voluntary partnership charter. Holodoc projected. Clauses crisp, bilateral, opt-in syncs only. Full audits, veto rights. Cultural exchanges mandatory, no overrides. Pods buzzed. Sereth's fronds perked approval. Valari seconds. ILNEM slashed a claw. Trap. Humans dominate via chaos. Adopt it. Maya dared, voice level. Or admit Decree 47X is exploitation. Frame jobs don't breed trust. Votes tallied. Pods flickered green, amber, red. Corin's calm hand rested on her shoulder, silent anchor. Sereth's gaze held hers across the chamber, scales flushing deeper blue. ILNEM's dais sparked. Recess. Reassess. But the tide shifted. A core world delegate dissent. Charter passed 6238. Maya exhaled. Victory raw. Yet Sereth's private channel pinged. Nest awaits. True pivot now. Drones hummed anew. ILNEM's claw extended a hidden override fob. Not over orc. Chamber sealed for recess. Maya slipped toward Sereth's pod. Corin blocked ILNEM's path. Your play, he murmured. She reached Sereth. Franz brushed her wrist. Gentle sync. Together, he echoed. But alarms blared. Emergency feed. Leaked bioscans from their chamber. Spikes anomalous. Hybrid viability. 98%, the overlay lied. Council override. Immediate conception mandated. ILNEM smirked from his dais. Test escalated. Maya's wrist comm burned. Raw data called. One hack left. Sereth's hand found hers. Chaos bridged. Maya slammed her wrist comm against the pod console. Code flew across the hollow screen. Alarms wailed. Sereth's fronds curled tight around her arm. Steady pressure. Override the feed, he hissed. Scales rippled violet. ILNEM fakes the scans. She nodded. Fingers danced. Firewall breached. Raw data spilled. Their private consult logs. Twisted. Number 98% viability. Just baseline syncs. She purged the leak. Council drone stuttered. Overlay vanished. ILNEM lunged from his dais. Temperer. Corin stepped in. Broad shoulders blocked the proctor's path. Recess ends now. Vote the charter. Chamber unsealed. Pods hummed back online. Delegates leaned forward. Maya's pulse steadied. Sareth released her arm. His gaze locked. Trust sealed. Session resumes. The core world chair boomed. Charter ratification. Holodocs bloomed chamber-wide. Voluntary partnership charter glowed. Equal clauses, opt-in bonds, veto rights, no mandates. Maya stood tall. Sareth flanked her. Their pods synced side by side. Sign as partners. The chair intoned. Maya pressed her thumb first. Bioscan verified. Human print locked in. Sareth followed. His frond tip brushed the pad. Valerie seal flared gold. Equal partners. Council gasped. A fringe world envoy whispered. They touch without protocol. Greens dominated. Charter ratified. Cheers erupted from neutral sectors. Iolnem's claws scraped. Final compatibility consult. Required. Maya met his glare. My lab, now. She led Sareth to the sealed consult chamber. Door hissed shut. Scans hummed. Private array. No council taps. Strip protocols, she said, pulled her scanner glove on. Full sync. Sareth shed his envoy robes. Scales gleamed under lights. Bioluminescent veins pulsed. He extended a frond. Your normalcy fascinates. She ran the wand. Tissues mapped. Hormones synced. Viability 72%. Within norms. No anomalies. Data locked to her comm. She fired the block. Quantum encrypt. Council access denied. Ping. Iolnem's override probe bounced. She smirked. They're locked out. Sareth's scales flushed deeper. You treat galactic crises like lab spills. Adapt or die. She met his eyes. Franz twitched. Valari laugh. Trust the data. Door chime. Corin entered. Chamber awaits quota debate. Proctor pushes breeding mandates. They strode back. Pods buzzed. Iolnem projected the old decree. Quotas. Overrides. Hybrid farms. Accept, he snarled. Or humans prove feral. Sareth raised a frond. Chamber silenced. Valerie rejects quota. Propose amendment. Is hollow bloomed. Cultural exchange protocol. Family rights core. Voluntary nests. Shared rearing. No overrides. Bridge species, he said. Maya nodded. Seconds human liaison. Votes cascaded. Reds flipped amber. Proctor's dais sparked fury. Protocol passed. Iolnem slumped. Departure cleared, the chair announced. Earth vector optional. Maya grabbed Sareth's hand. Scales warm. Alien smooth. My shuttle. Human terms next. Shuttle bay thrummed. Drones loaded crates. Earth teas. Hollow novels. Soil samples. Cultural exchange starters. Corin clasped her shoulder. Council blinks. You didn't charge in. Just fixed it. Lab rules. She boarded. Sareth followed. Ramp sealed. Cabin pressurized. Straps clicked. Maya punched cords. Sol system. Geneva neutral. Negotiations on our turf. No proctors. Engines roared. Shuttle lurched free. Stars streaked. Sareth unstrapped. Fronds extended. Gentle wave. Nest protocol. Activates. Private now. She leaned back. Heart quickened. Not just politics. His scales brushed her knee. Bioluminescence danced blue. Date? She asked. Voice light. His fronds perked. Valari term. Sync bond trial. Yes. Laughter bubbled. Human normal. Alien wonder. But Riscom pinged. Shadow feed. Iolnem's claw on a black market scanner. Orc data mine. Viability real. Trap springs. Shuttle jumped to warp, Earth loomed. Trust tested anew. Maya synced her glove to his frond. Scans hummed private, one crisis at a time. Sareth's hand tightened. Scales glowed. Together, Council watched from afar. Humans didn't conquer. They adapted. And loved. Warp tunnel glowed. Geneva beacon flashed. Next round. Human soil, human rules. Iolnem's shadow loomed in the feed, but Maya's hack held. For now, she glanced at Sareth. Fronds entwined her fingers. Biology bridged. Politics bent. Love? Just beginning. Tea when we land, she murmured. Earl Grey. Hot, he mimicked perfectly. Laughter filled the cabin. Galaxy shifted. Proctor's fob activated. Hidden drone trailed the shuttle. Test far from over. Maya's comm glitched. She crushed the alert. Adapt. Earth swelled massive. Home field. Sereth watched her work. Impossible normalcy. Just human. She grinned. Shuttle pierced atmo. Flames licked hull. Descent smooth. Council decree? Rewritten. Their contract?
Signed in touch. Date?
Incoming. Iolin's trap? She'd dismantle it. Lab style. Touchdown jolted. Ramp dropped. Geneva air crisp. Human teams waited. Flags neutral. Corin hailed from orbit. Proud. Play it your way. Fronds flared to sunlight. Bright world. Welcome home. Maya linked arms. Scales to skim. Crowd murmured. Alien envoy. Human stride. Media drones swarmed. Charter pair? She waved. Partners. Flashbulbs popped. Sereth's scales dazzled. Inside. Negotiators bowed. Tables set. Tea steamed. Iolnem's ping. Data breach incoming. Concede or expose. Maya. Deleted. Locked origin. Sereth poured. Your brew. Sip shared. Trust sealed. Galaxy wanted breeders. Humans delivered equals. Warp echo faded. Proctor's drone circled high, cloaked. Maya's scanner pinged it, lock-on primed. One hack left? No. Infinite adapts. Frond in hand. Love across stars. Next beat, Earth rules. Their bond, Council reeled. Humans. Space Orcs. No. Space lovers. Adaptable. Exceptional. Normal. Shuttle bay cleared. Geneva secured. Sereth whispered, nest tonight? Yes. Part raced. Contract and date. Galaxy hooked. But drone dove. Alarms whispered. Maya fired. Drone sparked mid-air. Crash distant. Sereth stared. You're casual? Every day she kissed his frond tip.